Good evening. My name is David Grothus. Today's date is March 1st of 2018. I wrote something February 20th of 2018. I'd like to share that with you today. The duty of government leaders to uphold and defend the Constitution is the title of my speech. The duty of government leaders to uphold and defend the Constitution. The United States began with the Declaration of Independence being signed by the Founding Fathers, who so determined to defend their God-given liberty rather than live under an unjust king in England. Equal justice under the law and the rule of law established the basis to protect all citizens' rights within their communities and in a court of law. That means every citizen has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it's a job of government to protect these rights. Only citizens have due process in a court of law. All citizens have equal opportunity for success with personal effort, discipline, persistence, and dedication. The Constitution lays the foundation for the United States government's limits and duties. Have the decisions made by Congress in the last 250 years achieved this important goal to protect the individual rights of every citizen from both foreign and domestic threats? Have the decisions by Congress promoted the general welfare? Have the decisions by Congress promoted domestic tranquility? Have the decisions by Congress promoted the common defense of the communities? Our government's duty is to make laws which protect our individual rights from being violated. Every citizen has a duty to obey the laws made by Congress and signed by the President. No citizen is above the law, and no government employee is above the law. Every government employee is under the law. The sworn legal duty of the President is to be the executive of the federal government. The word executive means enforcer of the federal government. When the federal law is broken, it's the job of the President to make sure that those that break federal law are prosecuted. The Supremacy Clause in the Constitution states that federal law is supreme law above any state law. Congress has the sole authority to make all laws specifically regarding immigration and naturalization. The President's legal duty is to enforce federal law when it is violated. He is to use all resources at his disposal through the National Guard, armed forces, to fulfill his sworn legal duty. When the nation is invaded by whomever, it is the job of the President to gather together a militia of all able-bodied men from 18 to 60 to be assigned a specific duty to defend the nation with force of arms. It says here in Article 1, Section 8, to provide the calling forth a militia to execute the laws of the Union, to suppress insurrections and repel invasions. That's in the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, in a paragraph. To provide for the calling forth the militia to execute the laws of the Union and suppress insurrections and repel invasions. If there is an insurrection, that means citizens who rebel against federal law in any state, it is the job of the President to put down the insurrection with force of arms with a militia. The individual insurrectionist can be brought to a court of law and be tried for treason or sedition for violating his duty as a citizen and or government employee. Any law which is passed by Congress which violates the Constitution is void. Therefore, I present a foundation for the indictment of each government employee which has chosen to not detain illegal aliens under their jurisdiction. Every governor who does not make a diligent effort with the resources at his disposal, like the state guard, the police, the sheriff deputies, to have every single illegal alien detained and deported, has violated his oath of office to the people of his state. Every mayor who aids and abets or harbors illegal aliens or is an accessory after the fact in his jurisdiction violates his oath of office to the citizens under his jurisdiction. Any police officer who neglects his sworn legal duty to defend the Constitution from foreign and domestic threats under his jurisdiction commits perjury to his oath he swore to uphold if he fails to detain illegal aliens in his jurisdiction. If the President fails to enforce federal law under all circumstances, which means bring to prosecution any person who violates federal law, he can and should be impeached and removed from office of the presidency. Every government employee who violates his oath of office will be brought to a trial to determine if he has committed treason or sedition. Our nation has forgotten that every citizen is under the rule of law. The laws passed by Congress must be enforced and obeyed by every citizen. No one is above the law. 40,000 American citizens have been killed by illegal aliens in the last 10 years. That is a fact. That's solid evidence. How the hell can 40,000 Americans die, and yet there's still 10 million illegal aliens not detained or deported? This number, 40,000, gives you probable cause in a court of law to convict any government employee who has been derelict in his legal duties to detain illegal aliens in his jurisdiction who have violated federal law. A legal duty exists to perform a specific responsibility by the President. A legal duty exists to perform a specific responsibility by each governor. A legal duty exists to perform a specific responsibility by every assembly member. A legal duty exists to perform a specific responsibility by every senator and representative. A legal duty exists to perform a specific responsibility by every board of supervisor, police officer, and sheriff deputy, and city council members, and every member of the National Guard, and every member of every armed services, the Marines, Navy, Army, and Air Force. Every citizen has a civic duty to report every illegal alien that they see to the local authorities for detention and deportation. Illegal aliens have only two rights: to be detained and deported. Did you hear that? Illegal aliens have two rights: to be detained and deported. Illegal aliens have two rights: to be detained and deported. And if they're not detained or deported by the Border Patrol, police officers, sheriff deputies, they're failing their duty to the citizens who paid them taxes, and they all should be prosecuted for neglect of duty, breach of duty, harboring illegal aliens. They violated their oath that they swore to uphold to the Constitution, because it's not for the common defense of the community they protect to have illegal aliens reside in the communities. All right, 40,000 Americans are dead because of illegal aliens, and they're still talking about this in conversation in Congress. Every single member of Congress who does not want to have illegal aliens detained and deported needs to be tried for treason and insurrection. They ought to be removed and replaced with people that believe the Constitution and follow the Constitution. You have a great day, and remember, February 23rd, 1941, a flag was raised on Mount Suribachi in the South Pacific. In a period of 3 weeks, 24,000 Americans died to raise up that flag. Now, how the hell can Congress contemplate the nonsense of not detaining and deporting every single illegal alien? Did those men die in vain on Iwo Jima in February of 1941? 24,000 Americans died and bled to death to fight for America. And now our Congress wants to protect the illegal aliens from deportation. Have they gone bananas? You have a great day. God bless you, and goodbye.